What's up, tube viewers? My name is Pax, and I'm speaking facts. And today, I'm here to talk to you guys about a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I'm back like scoliosis and halitosis, and today, I'm gonna react to a Bikini Barista nearly being grabbed and snatched through the window of her job. Man, what is going on out there? What type of time do you have to be on to pull up and order some coffee or some kind of drink from a coffee stand from a barista? And then when the opportunity presents itself, you reach out and grab her arm and try to pull her through the window. So we're going to go over here to Cam Watch and check out this content, and I'm going to react. Let's go over here and see what they got going on. Again, this is Cam Watch. Y'all go over there and check out their content, see what they got going on. They got some good content. I'm a subscriber. Check them out, man. We appreciate them.
The clipboard. He won't hand me the fucking clipboard, so I reach out a little far to grab it, and he grabs his arm and tried to pull me out of the fucking window. Tried to pull me out of the fucking window.
Okay. Do you know him?
No, he paid with credit card. He was a customer.
Okay. So you paid with a credit card? You went through the Bikini Barista stand, used your personal credit card, and then decided you were going to kidnap her through the window? I'm confused, man. She's distraught, too. She's clearly gone through some kind of situation.
Okay. Does his card have a name on it or anything?
Right here, Ezekiel O'Gara. I don't know if it's a stolen credit card. He was in
the middle of the night at a Bikini espresso stand in Lakewood, Washington. A stranger reaches through a window and tries to rip a 19-year-old barista out by her arm. She only knows him by a blue jersey, a Scion coupe, and the name on a credit card. What starts as small talk over an $11 drink turns into a case detectives will later call something we've never really seen before. But officers didn't expect what happened next, or how far they'd have to go to find the man on that receipt. August 18th, 2025, 2:24 a.m. Lakewood officers are dispatched to Ladybug Espresso on South Tacoma Way. The caller, barista Margaret Mao, reports that a customer just tried to grab her and pull her through the window toward his car.
So South Tacoma Way in Tacoma, Washington is a very major thoroughfare. That's a major arterial. Like, there's a lot of traffic on there. I know they're saying it was late at night, early in the morning, depending on how you look at it. But still, there's still a constant flow of traffic through there. I mean, hence why they have a 24-hour Bikini Barista stand. So this was a very, very brazen thing to do, especially out there on South Tacoma Way. You know, there's clearly cameras. I mean, you have to assume that there's cameras going on to protect the workers and the money and everything. And then, like I say, it's a major street that he tried to do this on. There's no way he was in his right mind.
By the time officers arrive, the car is gone. The night is quiet. All they have is a terrified victim and a name she can barely pronounce.
Okay. Have you ever seen this guy before?
No, I've never been before. Never, ever.
Okay.
Ever. First time.
Okay, so I know you described him to the dispatcher on the phone, but what did he look like?
He was like,
Anybody else in the car with him?
no, he was by himself.
Okay.
The suspect doesn't say a word when he grabs her, but his clothing and his grip leave marks. Margaret describes a young white Hispanic male, mid-20s, dressed head to toe in bright blue, a Dodgers jersey, designer jeans, a bandana. The bruises on her wrist, bicep, and shoulder match her story.
So this is a young guy. This isn't like something that, I mean, I guess we would consider like some old creep, some weirdo, somebody. This is a young guy doing this. That's crazy.
Still, officers don't yet know who he really is or why he suddenly snapped.
Did he mention anything? Like, how long was he here?
He was here for like, I was making it
Your wrist right there?
all of my arm.
Okay.
All of my arm.
Jesus.
Bro.
All right. Let me get my camera. We'll get pictures of your red marks and stuff. And we'll keep looking for them here. All right, ready, Margaret? Okay. See your wrist right there? Okay. You're outside your arm. Okay. Anything else on you that you can feel right here?
All over.
Okay. I assume like your arm was just getting like yanked against the
Right here.
the
Because
frame, right?
I grab this fell whenever I go to got me fucked up. She got me so fucked up.
The body cam records the raw aftermath, shaking hands, ripped clothing, bruises spreading across her arm. Detectives will later note the injuries to her wrist, bicep, and shoulder, and the torn shirt, as they piece together what happened at that window. But
He was using every bit of his might and force to try to get her through that window in order to leave these type of bruises and marks and scrapes and scratches on her, you know, after the fact. So he definitely was trying to pull her through that window. Had she not been able to brace herself or grab the other side with her other hand and fight back, he would have easily gotten her through that window because she looks like a little bitty petite thing. And the police seemed a little skeptical when he's talking to her. He seemed a little apprehensive about some of the details that she was giving him. I mean, was it just me? Y'all let me know.
right now, they still only know him as a customer in a gray Scion, with one more clue sitting on the counter.
He was in a
Scion TC, right?
yes, Scion TC. It
Okay.
was like that space gray, like that, like not dimensional color or metallic.
Okay.
Whatever. I couldn't get the license plate because I was too busy getting.
Did you see which way he went?
That way, and then I called the cops.
Okay.
When officers look down, they see it. A thin paper trail left behind in the chaos. A MasterCard receipt for $11.75, time-stamped just minutes before the call. The cardholder's name reads Ezekiel Fern Guerrero. It's the first solid lead, but is the person on this card really the man who tried to pull her out of the stand?
Yeah, because he could have used a stolen credit card. That is entirely possible. That's common nowadays. So I mean, but if this idiot used his real credit card, his debit card, whatever, gave it to her, let her scan it, and got a receipt and all that, got his card back, and then decided that was the moment, that was the opportunity that he wanted to seize to drag her through the window. Come on, man. I mean, you.
Or is the name just another dead end?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, this message is for Al. This is Officer Brunson with the Lakewood Police Department. Today's the 18th, and I'm calling at 10:30. Reference the incident that happened at your coffee shop on South Tacoma Way in Lakewood.
Okay, so it sounds like the officer is calling the owner of the coffee stand to probably get the footage of what took place.
If you could please give me a call back or call the Lakewood Police Department, 253-459-9233. Thank you.
The stand's cameras aren't in Margaret's control. Only the owner, Al, can pull the footage. Without that video, all investigators have is her word, the bruises, and a suspicious credit card. But officers didn't expect what they'd see once the surveillance finally uploads. While detectives wait for that crucial video, a quick note from us. These long-form breakdowns take time. Real reports, real body cam, real investigations. If you want to support more in-depth police documentary content like this, you can buy us a coffee at buymecoffee.com/camwatch. It helps us keep telling stories that others might miss, especially when a simple receipt turns into a statewide manhunt. Detectives input the Scion into automated license plate readers. The system hits on a gray 2012 Scion TC, Washington plate CTC-034, captured just north of the coffee stand minutes after Margaret's 911 call.
And you guys have seen this time and time again where people go out and commit crimes and then they're tracked from location to location to location from community cameras. There's cameras everywhere you go in the community. And so once you commit some kind of heinous crime, some kind of violent crime, they're going to track your movements everywhere you go from that point on, leading up to and after the fact. So I don't know where you guys are thinking that this somehow pays off.
Car matches her description exactly. Meanwhile, open source searches on the name Ezekiel Guerrero finally connect to a possible address in Tacoma and a second vehicle, a Kia Sorento, registered to the same man. Then, another lead. Margaret scrolls through Instagram and thinks she's found him. Profile, Zeke509.
Ridiculous. You've got to be kidding me. What in the hell is going on? You and you're on social media?
Look at this dumb motherfucker.
How the hell can you be so stupid? They've got your name, they've got your picture, they've got your license plate number, they've got a receipt from your credit card, you've got tattoos, you're cooked. There's no way to explain this, bro.
Photo shows a tattooed Hispanic male, ink running from shoulder to fingertips. Detectives freeze the barista stand video at the moment of the grab and compare the suspect's left arm to the Instagram photo. The full-sleeve tattoo appears to be an exact match, but officers didn't expect what they'd find once they finally sat Ezekiel down in an interview room. Over the next several days, detectives watch both the Scion and Ezekiel's phone move across Pierce and King counties.
Over the next several days, they tracked his movements throughout Pierce and King counties. So that means that they were able to see everywhere he went, everything he did, and every place he came into contact with.
An electronic tracking device order is approved for the Scion, and a pen register, trap, and trace order goes out to Team, a number linked directly to Ezekiel. Ping.
What triggered him? Like, what just caused him to be going through this drive-through Bikini Barista, order a drink, pay for it with his debit card, and then out of nowhere, he's just triggered to snatch her out of the window, drag her into his car, and then do what? What were you gonna do, Ezekiel, after you grabbed her and put her in the car? One can only imagine the way you were gonna try to defile her and ruin her existence. That's crazy. What type of maniac does this? You know, and it's crazy because you're walking by, this dude is young. You know, you're walking by people every day in the community, and you never know what type of time, what's on their mind, what type of issues or, you know, diagnoses that they're suffering from. This is insane.
Place him around Tacoma, then Spanaway, and finally Kent. Undercover teams follow him to an industrial area where he loads a white box truck, then walks alone to the sign. This time, officers don't let the car drive away. Kent detectives move in and take Ezekiel Guerrero into custody without incident. His phone is seized, sealed in a Faraday bag, and he's driven to Lakewood to answer one question. Why did you grab a stranger through a window in the middle of the night?
Okay, just so you know, the sign says we're being audio and video recorded. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're 19 years old?
Yeah.
All right. I do want to talk to you about this. And look, here's the thing, man. I'm not here to make you look. I want to give you an opportunity to explain what happened.
No, of course.
We're just going to go about our way, okay? But before that, obviously you're in custody. I have to read you your constitutional rights, okay?
Okay.
So it says, before questioning and the making of any statement, I'm going to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You just say yes or no for me. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Any statement you do make can be used as evidence against you in a court of law. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You have a right at this time to talk to an attorney of your choice and have your attorney present before and during questioning and the making of any statement. Do you understand that?
You
want to read it again?
Wait, yeah, can you read it again more time? Sorry about that.
You have the right at this time to talk to an attorney of your choice and to have your attorney present before.
What if I don't have an attorney,
Let me get through it real quick and then I'll answer your question.
Okay, let me get through it real quick and then I'll answer your question. That means that they're trying to take advantage of the fact that you don't understand the question that they just asked you. So, should you ever find yourself in this predicament, I guess, and you're being questioned by law enforcement, they're reading you these rights, which are afforded to every American citizen for a specific reason. And it is your job to understand your rights, and if you don't understand your rights, to exercise the one fundamental right that we all have if we find ourselves in this situation, which is to remain silent. So if you remain silent, nothing you won't say can be held against you. But if you don't remain silent, everything you say can and it will be used against you in the court of law, should you find yourself in the court of law at a later date. And in this case, this guy, I mean, maybe he's going to exercise his right to remain silent. We don't know yet. But from the looks of things, and he's 19 years old, I mean, you know, he's probably going to try to talk his way out of this.
Before and during questioning and the making of any statement. Do you understand that right?
Ezekiel Guerrero is 19 years old. Before detectives ask about Ladybug Espresso, they make sure the camera is rolling, and his rights are read on tape. When he agrees to talk, the investigation shifts from who did this to why.
Okay, what happened?
I'm just be forward, you know. I mean, I could ask for an attorney, but I figured, I mean, you guys seen. If I'm being honest, the only thing I was messed up that night. I was drinking. I was CrossFit. I was all of it. I remember I had something. I had lost 1,000 that night. I remember being angry and I was drinking, and I had my ex. But we're just over, and so I was like in a sad moment.
That's 4 by my count so far that he's come up, excuses, 4 by my count, different excuses that he's come up with right there, just right there on the spot to blame for his behavior. Accountability. Like that, none of those, all of those together collectively are no excuse. One of those reasons is no excuse. There is no excuse for that behavior, bro. You lost $1,000 and you were fighting with your girlfriend, and I was crossfade, I was high and drunk. Man, what in the?
I remember I was just super drunk. I don't remember too much of everything. I remember I was drinking, and I had ended up there, and all I remember is she asked me a question, and then I had reached in, and then and I remember opening my eyes, and then the moment she had like said help, I let go.
What the fuck?
So you just, this is insanity. Dude is 19 years old, handsome devil. He's got a nice fly haircut. You know what I'm saying? Clearly they booked him at his job loading a white box truck or something. It said so. You know, he's got a job. Like, man, what in the? This is crazy.
And I just stopped, let it go, put the thing, and that's it. Like I'm being completely honest. I was super drunk that night. I was smoking all of it, and that night I just I don't know.
So she triggered you. You're crossfaded. You're saying you don't remember anything. So God only knows what you were going to do to this woman had you been able to be successful and drag her through that window at her job. You know, she probably didn't have her phone in her hand. She didn't have much, if anything, on. And you would have dragged her through the window and nobody would have known what happened to that woman.
It was a mistake. The 1,000.
So you lost 1,000. Right?
I lost 1,000. I was very sad. I was upset. My ex.
Boy, if that was only a good excuse, man, you know how many times I done went, man, and threw 1,000 in the air?
We were going through things, and I felt alone. I know I was just drinking, and I was smoking, and I had like flashes, and I remember being there. I remember going there. And then I remember, like, at a moment of time, she had asked me a question, something about, like, being messed up or something like that. And I'd say, yeah, and then after that, I remember reaching vividly, grabbing her, and she said, help.
Ezekiel admits he was the one at the window, but blames alcohol, marijuana, a lost $1,000 in cash, and the collapse of a relationship with his ex. He calls it a mistake. Detectives see something else, a deliberate decision to drive out of his way, stop at the only bikini stand open at 2:30 a.m., and use that extended arm to try to pull a worker out of her booth.
Oh, okay. So yeah, because it did say that he was arrested in Kent, which is about 25 miles north of Tacoma, Washington. And so he went out of his way, they just said. So you went 30 minutes out of your way, give or take, in the middle of the night at 2:30 in the morning to do this. So this was something you clearly had a thought beforehand of going there. I mean, like, you're familiar with that stand. You're familiar with the fact that they're open 24 hours, and that's where you decided to go 30 minutes out of your way to patronize.
And still, they don't have a clear answer to the most important question. What did he plan to do if he'd actually gotten her into the car?
What do you think you would have done had you pulled her through the window?
I promise you, like at that moment, at that time, I wasn't even like I don't even remember like physically grabbing her like that. Like I promise you, in that the moment I snapped back, I promise you, I let her go because she had said help, and I just drove off. I didn't do nothing. I just remember I swear it was just a terrible moment, and I don't even remember like actually like having a reason why to do that. Like I remember it was just I was drunk, I was messed up, I was angry, and I did it, and then I seen what I was doing, and I let go, and I just drove off.
Where did you go after you left there?
I just went home. I remember just going home and going to bed. And
man, that is like the markings of a sociopath. And again, I'm not anyone to psychoanalyze anybody. I'm not a professional. That's just my opinion, based on what I'm seeing. That is straight up future Jeffrey Dahmer behavior, man. Like, what? And you went home and went to bed after this? This didn't shake you up in the least bit? You weren't worried about consequences? You just thought that was gonna just be no big deal?
that was pretty much it.
To Margaret, the bruises on her arm are a constant reminder of how close she came to being dragged through that window. To detectives, the lack of an endgame is exactly what makes this case so dangerous. They have to consider the worst-case scenarios: kidnapping, sexual assault, even murder. Because once she leaves that stand, anything could happen. And in the interview room, Ezekiel can only say he was drunk and very sorry.
See, we had to be careful with this. This is something we've never really seen before. We've seen baristas get robbed. That's pretty common.
That thing said priests, but I'm pretty sure he said baristas.
Not common, but I mean, it happens. But this was a different level. This was something that we had not seen. It spooked a lot of people because we did not know, and we couldn't come up with an end game. Like, what if you got her, or let's just say that person gets her through the window and into the car, now what? It's not like she's just gonna give up. So how do you kind of see?
No, I get it. No, I get it. Like I'm saying, I don't even remember like fully doing it. Like it was just a flash. The moment I realized what I did, I let go. Like you seen in the camera, like I just remember.
That's not, it wasn't the moment you realized what you did, you let go. She fought back and was able to brace herself with her other hand and probably her lower body and position herself just enough to anchor herself against the building so that you couldn't drag her through the window. You literally grabbed the drink, threw it down in your car, like just threw it with no regard in the car. And in order to use both hands and try to drag this lady through the window because you were triggered on some sexual deviant behavior all of a sudden by seeing her at 2:30 in the morning, and thought that these little couple excuses that you came up with were gonna justify your behavior. And you're wrong, buddy.
What happened? I let go and I drove off. That was it.
Detectives are blunt. They've seen robberies, threats, and the usual dangers of graveyard shift barista work. But a man using a credit card in his own name, tossing the drink, and violently pulling a worker toward his car is something different. It spooks officers, business owners, and other bikini baristas across the region. And it raises one more chilling question. Was this really just a moment of impulse or the start of something worse?
Shout out to Cam Watch, man. They've got the content. If you guys want to go over there and finish checking it out. Go over there and see what they have. They got a lot more for you guys in store. This was just insane. I can't even begin to understand or get into the mindset of what was going through this young man's head. You know, a very wise man once told me that, you know, pigeons and eagles, they don't soar together, you know, and it's for a reason because, you know, the eagle doesn't understand the pigeon. They're not supposed to fly together, you know, and anytime a bird does try to fly with an eagle, they just go up higher and higher until the other birds can't fly that high. So metaphorically, what I'm saying is I could never understand what this pigeon brain moron is thinking at 2:30 in the morning when you pulled up to this Bikini Barista stand, ordered some kind of bullshit drink like a cream Italian soda. It looked like some strawberry looking fruity joint, and then threw it down in your car, the Scion space joint, and tried to use both hands to drag this young lady through the window at her place of business while she's there working. She's 19 years old. She's trying to make an honest dollar, you know, stack her vittles to move on to the next level. And here you come on some creepy, wild, sexually deviant nonsense. You were going to drag this woman through the window, rape her, kill her, and then dispose of her body somewhere. And I'm just making that up. I have no idea what was on your mind. I don't know what you were thinking, but I know there was a lot of serial killers that come from this area, and you could be the next one. So let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think I'm on the right path? Y'all think I'm insane? Y'all think I'm falsely accusing this young man of something, you know, that he might or might not do in the future? We don't know. Let me know in the comments. Until the next time, man, y'all be nice to the Bikini Baristas, man. I happen to frequent them myself. They're nice young ladies. They make great drinks. Don't put your hands on them, man. Be nice to them, man. Make sure y'all tip them, too. Till the next time, I'm out of here, man.